Good evening, class. We are back again for our practical mushroom production. The other time we introduced ourselves to instrument we are using on mushroom production. So now we are going to media culturing. How do we culture our media? So we are going for honey media culturing. So the first thing we have to do, this is a conical flask that we introduced, part of the instrument we used for the spawn, for one part of the instrument we used for the instrument, we introduced at the first training. So this is the first one. The first thing we have to do, number one, is to clean it, to sterilize the conical flask. So I use a hot water. Use hot water to sterilize it. To sterilize it. So after that, then we are going to scale it. Like I said the other time, the importance of our measuring scale is for measuring materials. So we are going to on it. Yes, after owning it, we are putting our scale. Yes, it is 165 grams. So we are going to zero it. You zero it. Yes, zero. So we are going to put our media, which is honey. Honey is what we are using as our media for culturing. So we are going to use honey. So we use 4% of our honey in it, and then because we'll be using 200 milligram of water, so we are going to use 4% of 200 milligram, which is 8 grams. So we are going to use 200 milligram. We are using 8 grams. Oh, sorry. So we are using 8 grams of honey. That's what we'll be using for our media culturing. So the next thing we are going to be doing is to mix it with our water solution. Like I said the other time, one of the importance of one of the functions of conical flask is for mixing solution. So I will zero it. I will off it now. Yes. Then I will mix it. Adding water of 200 milligram to it. Yes. So that's 200 milligram of water being added to it. Why are we using honey? Why we are using honey is honey, all pure natural honey. Why we are using it is because it though may be slower than PDA, that is potato destrate agar. It might be slower, it might not, but the level of contamination is very low compared to potato destrate agar, which is PDA. So that's why we're using honey as our media. So you mix it very well. After mixing, yes, you put your aluminum foil for that's the function of aluminum foil is for temporary coverage. So we use it to cover it against direct heating. Yes, so we cover it with a rubber band rubber band. You can see the rubber band has been, I've put a rubber band to it, added a rubber band. So the next thing is to put it inside our to put it inside our conical petri dish. The next thing is to put it inside our is to pressure cook. I put it into a pressure cooker. Yes, I'm using this small one. You can get a bigger one. You can get a bigger pressure cook that has this. It must have this. It must have this absorber to against the direct heating of the against direct heating of the of fire. Yes, of fire. After that, you add your water. Put your water in it. As I've added my water. Yes, then I put it there. Then I cover it. Sometimes, if you feel like, you can add if you feel like, to avoid direct heating of this thing, you can add something like this. You can add this layer so that to not affect the colonical flask in case of a shake, in case of when the water is heating so much, when there is a pressure. You can add the sack bag to avoid direct heating and to avoid the direct breakage of the conical flask. Then you close it. After closing, then we are going to boil it for. We heat the water. We heat the solution, the honey solution, for the next 20 minutes. Yes, for the next 20 minutes. So this is how it's going to be there. After 20 minutes, they will come back and check. After 20 minutes boiling is out, we have taken it out of the petri dish. So you can put it to avoid heating this thing very well. The rubber, this thing, you can put your serviette paper under and put it on it, so that to get cold like 5 to 10 minutes. So after boiling for 20 minutes, you wait for like 5 minutes or 10 minutes for it to a little bit cold, and it should not be too cold, but at least look normal. If it's too cold, it can bring contamination into it again. So we have to avoid that. So we have to pour it when it's still hot. So just 5 to 10 minutes for it to settle down and get a little bit cold. Then we pour it in the petri dishes. So like I wanted to show yesterday, this is a steel air bag. Yes, the inoculating chamber. This is how it looks like. This is where we are going to be inoculating. We are going to be pouring the honey solution into the petri dishes to avoid contamination, to increase our success and reduce contamination. That is the essence of this steel air bag. The first thing we have to do is to sterilize the steel air bag, which is what we are doing. We need to sterilize everything with an ethanol or spirit. Sterilize it very well. Sterilize it very well. You sterilize it very, very well. After sterilization, as you can see it inside the sterilize your hand. As you can see it inside the inoculating chamber. The first thing you have to do is to sterilize your hand. After that, you untie the rubber band from the mouth of the conical flask. As you can see, it has been untied. It has been untied. So the next thing we have to do now is to pour the honey solution into the petri dishes. We do it as fast as possible. Yes, after that, after the 10 to 5 minutes are waiting inside the inoculating chamber, the next thing we have to do is to pour it. We are pouring the solution in the petri dishes. So this is how we are doing it. And don't forget this is our spirit lamp. This is just an open inflammation to illuminate every form of microorganism that might want to sneak out or sneak into the inoculating chamber. This will disinfect them. So this is how we are going to be pouring it. You can just watch very carefully. Then I've untied the rubber band very fast. And after that, we close it. And we wait until the solution gets cold in the petri dishes. After like an hour, that we see that it's cold. It's cold. We sterilize again. Then we culture using our fresh mushroom. This is the fresh mushroom we are going to be using. We are going to sterilize our hand. Sterilize with ethanol or spirit or isopropyl alcohol. Then we are going to sterilize the equipment, the scalping blade. I want to sterilize the scalping blade. And after that, we are going to culture the mushroom. This is how we do it. You only culture the stem. You cut away the flowers. Cut it away. Then culture the stem. This is how we do it. Take away the upper layer, then cut it gently. And very fast. Don't forget that we are guiding against the microorganism. You have to be very fast. After that, place it inside.